OP, just get to smelling better. You can use my deodorant. Just sort it out, man. Oh, you let him use your deodorant.
Oh! Ew! Dude! What the f?
Hello, friends, and welcome back to ReddX, your source for the freshest daily cringe content anywhere on the internet. Promise, swearsies, it's just a fact, and it's totally science. Go ahead and look it up. Today we're jumping into r/NeckbeardStories. It's actually from my personal subreddit, r/ReddXReads, which I haven't mentioned in a while because I've been trying to speed through the intro. But you know what? I'm going to take my time with this one. This is MUDBEARD, written by Luca, was a race car driver. Very cool dude, very active in the Discord, also a patron. So yes, he's collecting all of the Discord infinity rolls, infinity stone rolls. Yeah, there are many colors and you want to collect them all because I guess that's just human nature or something. This seems like a pretty cool one just based on the thumbnail art alone. I hope that people will enjoy it. So let's go ahead. We'll get some plugs and disclaimers out of the way, and then we will dive right into some of this Neckbeard Stories cringe. MUDBEARD, Part 1. The Fateful Encounter. Yeah, you think MUDBEARD would be like a guy who pooped his pants or something, but instead it's just a guy who plays multi-user online dungeons or whatever it's called. Luca and I apparently both really old, at least old enough to remember playing on MUDs. My MUD of choice was Aardwolf, and it's actually still running. I can go log into my old character right now, which is astonishing to say the very least. Anyways, hello, Reddit readers, guys, gals, and all the beautiful colors of our rainbow. Yeah, we got a rainbow coalition of the willing. Welcome to you, user Luca was a race car. Was a race car. You know what race car is spelled backwards? Race car. Kind of a non sequitur. Your humble OP here on a throwaway account, but I'm not sure that matters. Doesn't. Today, we're going to start the short saga of MUDBEARD, a beard who checked all of the classic beard boxes, including the beard and fedora, read Trilby. Today's episode is The Fateful Meeting and the Mystery of the Missing Cheese. Sounds like one of those grocery store mystery novels. Yeah, all right. I suppose both of these encounters were fateful, as implied by the title. Let's get the warnings out of the way. Neckbeards are gross and they do gross things. There is also some mention of suicide here. You guys can feel free to nope out whenever you need to. As I always say, there is no shame in that. I'm not here to force you to listen to stuff you don't want to listen to. Although if you do decide to stick it through with me, I thank you for that. Let's get into our cast list. We've got OP, that's a me. Young, at least at the time, in a toxic relationship and desperate to help someone fill the growing void in my soul. Lily was the growing void in my soul. Oh boy. Toxic relationship and the neckbeard. We're just getting, when it rains, it pours, you know? What a treasure, what a treat. We also have MUDBEARD, today's object of study. Relatively harmless, if not a little bit lecherous. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of lecherous neckbeards out there. I mean, okay, if he's harmless on the outside, that's great, but inside he's a little bit lecherous, which means he's not necessarily as harmless. If he thought he could get away with some things, I'm sure he would do some things. You know what I'm saying? So I got my eye on you, MUDBEARD. Anyways, before we get into the meat and potatoes of this beardy buffet, there needs to be some backstory. First, a MUD for the uninitiated stands for multi-user dungeon. They were one of the first online MMOs. Think text-based adventure games like Zork, but multiplayer on the internet. I knew MUDBEARD for years. We had known each other since I was in high school, albeit entirely online. And honestly, a MUD, it is pretty fun. If you could stand a text-based adventure game that requires a lot of grinding. Along with Lily, we three played on a Dragon Ball Z MUD, on which I was the head RP administrator. Oh, snap. Look at you doing big things, enforcing the rules and whatnot. Hey, why aren't you in character? Get back here. You go into mud jail. I organized and ran roleplay events for the MUD. Now, Lily, she was the one for me. You sure about that? You gotta be sure about that.
Are you sure about that?
We had the same interests, a love of Gundam Wing and its soundtrack, DBZ, and weebery in general. I realize now, almost 20 years beyond the darkness, the truth about my relationship with her. I was simply in love with the idea of her, and her in reality was, well, different. That's how it goes a lot of times, you know? I see a lot of these comments, they're like, oh, Pokimane, she's a wonderful girl and such. Like, yeah. But if you live with somebody, you get to see like all the ugly parts and everything. Like,
Sing it! Swear to God, sing it!
don't get too close to your heroes or your fetish models. I guess is what I'm saying. Not that Pokimane's one of those, but you know what I'm trying to get at. That's a story for another day, but it will be relevant here. Depression is a hell of a drug, and boy, was I addicted. Yeah, I still don't think that I've completely kicked the habit, but making these videos does help, at least a little bit. Throughout most, read all of this story, I was standing on the rain-slicked precipice of beardery myself. You're in good company, my friend. I have gazed into that Cheeto-stained, accented maw, and it stared back, beckoning with tendy tendrils to come and join them. And I nearly jumped. It is hard to resist the call of a good tendy, I will tell you that. But I'm proud of you for holding fast, my friend. MUDBEARD at the time was harmless. He was very awkward and very much looked up to me as head RP because he wanted to be like me. I was fairly charismatic. I was even charming in some ways, at least online. I don't know if that counts 100%. I'll let you have it though. In real life, I was an awkward, euphoric goth kid in the late 90s, living in a small New Mexico village whose friends I could count on one hand. Had I grown up elsewhere, maybe I'd have turned out different. Who really knows? I think everybody could say that about themselves. But the truth is, I would never change the past. I'm glad it molded me into who I am. And I mean, goth kid, that's a pretty cool aesthetic. The punk kids that I was with used to hang out with the goth kids under the stairs. And we go talk shit about the emo kids. High school was weird, man. But yeah, I think you were a bit ahead of your time. Late 90s. I didn't get into all of that until like early 2000s, I suppose. But anyways, let's go back. Let's find out. Enter TARDIS noises. Wow. Hey, now we're back again, or something like that. I was now in my mid-20s. Lily and I had finally taken the plunge to live together after some on and off again relationship drama, both online and offline. You think moving in together is gonna fix any of that? It's not gonna happen. It's like people who's like, instead of breaking up, we should just have a kid. Yeah, bro, that'll fix everything. It doesn't make it any easier. You need to get along before any of these things happen. Long story short, though, I had a short stint in Memphis to try and be close to her. Some accidental time as a pimp. Yeah, this actually happened. And Hurricane Katrina ripped her from my fragile gasp. Do we have the story about you spending some accidental time as a pimp? It reminds me of that episode of King of the Hill. Hank Hill becomes a pimp for a minute too.
Peggy, give me the hat.
I don't know if it's neckbeard related or not, but I really do want to hear that story. So we lived in Oklahoma now, a good middle ground between New Mexico and Mississippi. We had recently purchased a house and things were, well, they were on a steady decline. She was aggressive, emotionally abusive, and controlling. Oh, Luca. Did you think any of these things were gonna change when you took out a $100,000 plus loan to buy a house? It's only gonna get even worse because she thinks she's got you by the short and hairies, right? You should have run, but you know, I guess hindsight's 2020. We learn and we grow, and this was part of the learning and growing process, unfortunately. Strangely, it was when we purchased the house that this 180 happened. See, she thinks she's got you now. She's like, whatever, mating season's over. Give me your money. Before then, we were living in a tiny 2-bedroom apartment and it was peaches and sunshine. I suppose now that she figured I was stuck with her, she could let the mask slip. That was neither here nor there. Indeed, I suppose not. It's not a Neckbeard story, but maybe we should hear some more about this person. Although OP and I are on the same page as far as why she let the mask slip, so okay. I get it, it's slipping, she's now terrible. This is really only relevant because I was in the process of finding out how much Ambien and booze you can down before you stop waking up. But this is a story about MUDBEARD, not Lily. Ah, that's a bad road to go down, OP. I'm glad you didn't succeed at that. Never combine those two things. Booze can do what Ambien does if you drink enough of it. I don't mean the joke. I just, you know, a little bit of levity. But I do digress. I was on AOL Instant Messenger. Oh, AIM, I remember. Which was the style at the time. Simpsons reference. Oh, God.
Which was the style at the time?
That's so good. When MUDBEARD sent me an instant message. MUDBEARD, hey man, how's it going? OP, not bad, just finished up dinner. Haven't heard from you in a while. Have you been? MUDBEARD, not so great. I'm getting kicked out. Oh God, you invited him to move in, didn't you? Don't do it. OP, that sucks, man. Got somewhere to go? MUDBEARD, no, not really. Everyone I've asked has said no, and I have 2 weeks to find a place. Yeah, I'm sure you get it figured out in 2 weeks. Bye.
Bye, have a beautiful time.
Now here, my dear readers, is where my red flags would normally fly up. But I was, and still am in many regards, a person who has an unhealthy need to try and fix broken people. I knew what it was like to live in desperate poverty. I knew what it was like to wonder where your next meal or even roof would be. So I tried to extend helping hands where I could. I believed in giving people the means to help themselves if they truly want to be better. Here, I made a mistake. Me and Lily had a discussion and decided that if an old friend was in need, then yeah, we needed to help. If a friend asks for your help, you're supposed to help them. Now, I would write a lot of people off, but if you have stuck around, earned the title of friend, I mean, I'll fight and die for you, you know? Moving into my house, that's a pretty big ask, and, you know, we're going to have some discussion about what you're doing to get up and out of my house. I'm also quite curious as to the reason that he got kicked out in the first place, because that's a pretty big extenuating circumstance on whether you do or don't get to come into my house. Is it just like an unfortunate series of events, or were you just lazy and didn't pay the rent? In which case, you're probably not gonna start trying to pay rent again if you're living in my house. So yeah, I'm gonna have to think about that one long and hard. But the truth is, most of the people that I'm friends with are hustlers, you know what I'm saying? They don't know how to stop the grind, and of course I respect that. That's why we're friends. If you're a lazy turd, you probably won't be bestowed the friend title. That's just how it works, far as I'm concerned. So yeah, I would help, but only if. OP, well, if you can get yourself a bus ticket, Lily and I do have a spare bedroom that you can have here in Oklahoma. Mudbeard. No way, dude. You're living with Lily? That's awesome. OP, yeah, we're pretty damn happy. It was a long road, but we got there. Are you lying to yourself or lying to Mudbeard in this moment? Something tells me that it's probably both. Mudbeard, you'd really take me in. That would be so cool. We could watch anime and game and stuff. No. We could look for a job for you. It's what we could do. We could focus on kicking back and gaming when you have employment and a place of your own. If you think this is going to be party time, you're wrong. OP, yeah, you bet, man. I'll give you 3 months rent free to help set yourself up. We've got a lot of places hiring around the house within walking distance, and we won't charge you too much for rent once you are on your feet. How's $200 a month for the room sound? We'll feed you till you got a job. This is far too kind already. And if we know Neckbeards, we know he's just gonna take advantage of this whole situation, become a parasite on your guys' entire lives, which Lily's already taken the place of a parasite. So OP's gonna get sucked dry pretty shortly. Living with a neckbeard and a legbeard, it's like unfortunate, Nookie, but from a dude's perspective or something. And hopefully it doesn't last for 7 years. Anyways, Mudbeard says, deal. I'm so excited, man. We were so close in the mud. It'll be just like old times. Yeah, except we're adults trying to pay the rent. Get your shit together. I don't know why I'm such a cynical person. I like to have a fun time just like anybody else, but yeah, this ain't gonna work for me. Even with a good friend, I would lay out my terms and conditions quite flat. Anyways, we had idle conversation until it was socially acceptable for me to disengage. More TARDIS noises. Zhoo, zhoo. Fast forward 2 weeks, and I was at a Greyhound station waiting for Mudbeard to arrive in my truck. Now, I'd never met this man in real life, so I just wrote his username on some poster board and taped it to my windows and left the doors unlocked.
That's a great idea. I'm with that.
I don't know if I don't like any of this. Oh God, OP. Taking in a stranger off the internet? Ooh. I would do it. I would do it for like my mods, people that I know relatively well. I guess OP knows Mudbeard from the mud relatively well, but that stay would be like, you know, a week or a weekend, not 3 months, and I expect you to get a job and start renting a room and supporting the house. You know he's never gonna do it. Although maybe I'm just prejudging him because it is in a Neckbeard story. Who knows? He could be the best roommate ever. I guess we'll see. Soon, my passenger door opened, and then it smelled. That smell. That smelly kind of smell that smells smelly.
A smelly smell that smells smelly.
It was like someone had baked butt flakes in a used football helmet. It gave it a drizzle of sun-dried cottage cheese with just a dash of Axe. That is evocative. Mudbeard was shaped like a pear, a trilby atop his stem of a head that gave way to beady, bugged eyes, and a beard that was somehow both thick and patchy. And yes, like a bacterial colony, it had migrated to his neck. I mean, that's just bad genetics or something like that. Thick and patchy? What the hell's going on there? You got a Joe Dirt thing going on or something. I had done my best to just shrug off the smell. Having spent a fair amount of time using that treasured US public transit, I can attest that once you're off that metal tube, you do stink to high heaven. No, this is just the first warning sign, and you're doing your best to sweep it under the rug because now you know you're essentially locked in. You have this creature in your car, and it expects to go to your home to live. This is a nightmare. Mudbeard. Hey, man. Luca? He wheezed, out of breath. OP? Yeah, but just call me OP. He never called me OP. Load up and let's get going. Mudbeard. Can you help? This is all really heavy. Bro, you brought it this far. Load it into the truck, goddammit. But our OP does oblige, only to discover that he somehow lugged his entire desktop PC setup into the Greyhound, replete with a CRT monitor. He looked like a stiff breeze would send him into cardiac arrest, so yeah, I loaded his PC up in the back seat, his duffel bag of clothes into the bed, and off we went, toddling down the freeway back to our humble abode. Oh, God. You can tell a lot about people by what they pack. All you've packed are a PC and a set of clothes. What happened to, like, hygiene products and such? Do you know what those are? They're pretty useful, actually. And I don't understand why you need a desktop PC anyways if you're just playing a MUD. Even in the 90s, I'm pretty sure you could play that on, like, a netbook. Spend $90, get a netbook. You're good. Anyways, that passenger seat would never be the same. Thank you for your sacrifice. Eventually, we did arrive at his new home and unloaded his things. There was a spare bed in the spare bedroom already, and a small desk. I helped him bring his things upstairs to the room. We were coming back downstairs when at that time, Lily emerged from the kitchen. Now, Lily is beautiful, not just by my love-stained eyes, but in the eyes of anyone who saw her. Most frequent response to a friend meeting her was, "Wow, how'd you land that one? Holy shit." Long brown hair, fair Hispanic features, 5'2", and looked strikingly like a young Selma Hayek if she was sporting a B cup. It was easy to be smitten with her appearance, and smitten Mudbeard was. Oh boy, here we go. It's gonna be the most awkward love triangle ever. You want her? You know what? You have her. She's abusive as hell, and you'll probably sit there and take it because of how she looks. So good. Be happy together. I'm moving out now. Mudbeard. Holy. Ray? Her online handle. Lily. Hey, Mudbeard. You can call me Lily. He never did. Welcome to our home. She smiled pleasantly, her eyes shining with malice, barely hidden behind an aura of kindness. You don't fall for that one. I know all about you, Lily. Mudbeard's eyes lingered on Lily for longer than I would have liked. I mean, I'm used to people staring at her. She was stunning, but he had a lecherous look that he made either no attempt to hide or maybe simply wasn't aware of. Yeah, either way, just call it out. If it makes you uncomfortable, be like, "Hey man, why are you looking at my lady that way?" And then he probably backs down. But if you have to fight it out, then you fight it out. You think I'm scared of Mudbeard? I ain't. The only thing I'm scared of regarding Mudbeard is maybe getting his smell on me. So OP instead decides to just change the subject. All right, so now that you're settled in, Mudbeard, why don't you take a shower? That Greyhound ride did not do your hygiene any favors, and frankly, you smell like your body odor has body odor. Mudbeard laughed. Yeah, it's kind of late, so I'm gonna sleep before I wash off. It's been a long day, and I'm tired. Ew. Ew. You're gonna roll around smelling like that in a bed that you have to use repeatedly? Ew.
Nasty.
How hard is it to go rinse off? It takes like less than 3 minutes. You can do it real fast, okay? I promise. No offense, nothing like that, but I can't allow you to exist in my house when you smell like that. Soon the whole house is gonna smell like that. So do as I ask or get back on the bus. God, maybe I am an asshole. The truth is, I'm a bit of a control freak. I just want to see things done my way. I'm slowly learning to let go, but this is not a thing that I would let go of. No. OP says, all right, bro. No, not all right. Just get that stink off you before you go job hunting tomorrow. Yeah, that's totally gonna happen. Hope floats, my friend. Lily and I spent time in our living room. Our preferred activity was to either have some anime playing or YouTube going on the home theater PC while we played games on our laptops together. At the time, Minecraft was getting popular, and we were both really into it. We found a server with heavy RP elements, so we were like pigs in shit. See, you guys like the same things. You really could have gotten along if she wasn't a succubus. It's too bad she turned out to be a succubus. As the hours whittled on, we both noted that MUDBEARD's aim status remained online, well past midnight, and he had arrived at around 8. Regardless, we retired to bed as we had work in the morning. We did both work at the same place. We woke up the next day and trundled off to work, bleary-eyed. As we returned home, MUDBEARD's door was closed, so I came upstairs and knocked quietly. He's been sleeping all day. He's been up all night. How could you not put this one together, knowing what a gamer is like? Neither of my kids get away with a goddamn thing regarding like hiding their tablet or Nintendo Switch, because I know what a gamer's like. You're just always hungry for more. And I mean, comparing him to my kids might seem weird, but essentially you are agreeing to parent this guy. It would be cool if you just pulled in a functional roommate, but we both know for a fact that that is not what happened at all. So after knocking quietly, MUDBEARD opened the door. Once again, I got my olfactory senses dick punched. MUDBEARD, obviously annoyed. Why? OP, trying not to retch. Hey, bro. Did you go job hunting today? Or, from the smell of it, you haven't. Or if you did, you ain't getting any jobs. Bro, you need to shower. MUDBEARD. I was gonna, but I forgot to bring my bathroom stuff with me. Yeah, but he didn't get the computer. Bro, I'm just calling this one out note by note. I see exactly what is going on here. And it's like a train wreck. I can't turn away. OP. All right. Get in the truck. We're getting you some hygiene stuff. The grocery store's just down the road. We'll pick you up an application while we're there. MUDBEARD reluctantly agreed. It looked like I had interrupted some PC gaming session, but I didn't care. Truck, store, soap, application, home. You really are going to have to drag him around like this every day, everywhere he goes. Even once he gets the job, you're going to have to drag him to work. There's no way that this is sustainable. OP almost physically shoving MUDBEARD into the upstairs bathroom as he leered down at Lily, who was decompressing from work. Shower now! I walked downstairs, satisfied that the nasal assaults would cease, at least somewhat. We put on some anime, opened our laptops, and let the blocky roleplay fun begin. Hey, you ever get into Roblox? The kids is really into Roblox. It's kind of legit, honestly. About 5 minutes later, I would hear the shower turn off, and a toweled MUDBEARD quickly trundled back to his room, holding a bundle of clothes. I once again smiled. Even a neckbeard can change. Oh God, OP. I love how hopeful you are, but I don't know, man. Maybe, just maybe, he may even contribute to the household. One thing at a time. Let's start with baby steps. How about? After an hour, Lily and I decided that supper was upon us. We made spaghetti, making sure to make extra so Mudbeard could eat. OP shouting upstairs, "Hey Mudbeard, soup's on. Come get some grub." I heard the door open and heavy footfalls coming down our rapidly aging stairs. And then it hit us. The miasma. Not only did he smell like everything I had described before, but with a spritzing of wet dog. I handed him a plate. Oh, God. How's it getting even worse? Bacterial colonies love the rain. OP says, "Dude, you know you have to use the soap and shampoo that I bought you to get clean, right?" Mudbeard whines in indignation. "Why are you being mean, Luca? I have a glandular problem. I can't help it." You might not be able to help it, but you can damn well try harder. Now, before you eat, get back in the shower. You want to live here, you got to do it my way. Yeah, ReddX is a jerk. I'd never want to live with him, etc., but it's for the best. It's all for the greater good. Don't you worry. You think I like forcing a grown-ass man to go re-wash his asshole? I don't. This is the situation that you've put us into. So OP says, "Now, I am the sort to give people the benefit of the doubt, and that benefit was being used. OP, just get to smelling better. You can use my deodorant. Just sort it out, man." Oh, you let him use your deodorant.
Oh! Ew! Dude! What the f?
Can't. That's probably the biggest cringe I've had so far in this story. That is awful. You're sharing armpit bacteria at that point. You realize that. Your armpit is going to smell like Mudbeard's armpit. You've been infected. Kill it with fire. You need to find work, Mudbeard, and people won't hire you smelling like that. Speaking of, did you fill out the application that you got? Mudbeard. "Yeah, man, I did. I'll walk up there tomorrow and turn it in." And then you need to treat him like a little boy and say, "Show me the application. I don't believe you." Although this is just night one, so OP probably hasn't completely checked out or given up hope. But it is a little sus, I must say that. And then off he rolled, back up the stairs, wheezing audibly with every step. Lily and myself got back to gaming, trying to use the wonderful smell of the spaghetti to cleanse our senses of Mudbeard's aura. Soon enough, it was time for bed again. And even sooner than that, it was time for work. It was getting harder for Lily to wake me up for reasons described at the beginning of our tale, but I eventually pried myself from the comfort of comforters and slid into some work clothes. I mean, it seems like you guys are living a happy little life. I would like some more context on Lily, you know? For as she was described, she doesn't seem that bad, but I guess that's just because this is Mudbeard's story, not hers. So 2 days pass. Rather than risk the sensory cornucopia that was Mudbeard's scent, I asked Daily how things were going via AIM. Yeah, I'm sure he's not lying to you at all. We'd leave his food on the counter, and he would slink down to get it, quickly retreating back upstairs again. Ugh, what a fucking creeper. Why don't you interact with the people who have so graciously opened their home to you? Our dishes would only return when we sternly asked for them back so they could be washed. He, of course, never offered to help. It's such a mess. It's already devolved so quickly. Another day passes. We decide on grilled cheese sandwiches and tomato soup for supper. Oh, what a combo. What a classic. I haven't had that in years. That's what I'm gonna ask for dinner tonight. Lily is digging in the fridge. Lily says, "OP, where's the big block of cheese slices we got from Sam's last week?" OP, should be in the bottom drawer. Why? Lily, it's gone. OP, how? Lily, now investigating the kitchen. I don't freaking know. OP, the wrappers are in the trash. All of them. OP, do you think, Lily, Mudbeard? He's slinking around in the middle of the night like a rat, eating all the cheese in the fridge. You can't make shit like that up, man. Oh, it's beautiful. And that, my dear readers, is where we will leave off for today. No apologies for any spelling/grammar mistakes. Own your mistakes. Ooh, I like that attitude. DBZ narrator. Will Mudbeard find a job? Will Lily and OP find the true cheese goblin? Will our hero stop drinking Ambien sours? Tune in next time for the next episode of Mudbeard Z. I don't know, man. From the story, life seems pretty cozy for OP. Kicking it with his lady, playing some Minecraft. I mean, she is abusive, apparently. We didn't see any of that in the story. But then for some reason, he decides that he gotta throw a monkey wrench in the plan. Like, I understand we've been online friends for a very good time, but how about you come for a visit first? I can vet you a little bit. OP was under no obligation to put himself into this situation. The fact that he did, okay, it does mean that he is a good person, but it also shows quite a bit of naivete. Although, you know, in your 20s, I suppose I could have seen myself doing the same thing. As a 30-year-old man, no, this is never gonna fly. I'm just watching it unfold, and it is exactly how I thought that I would unfold. I'm not a mind reader. I'm just a humble beard scientist, all right? What I'm really interested in is seeing how OP gets himself out of this situation, and possibly if Lily ends up gravitating towards Mudbeard, then they could both be miserable people together, and OP gets to be free. Isn't that beautiful? That's the happy ending I'm hoping for anyways. But I guess we'll find out. I do hope that you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, I hope that you'll like, comment, and or subscribe on the video. Maybe share it around. First part of a new series. Hey, it's good to get people in on the ground floor. We've also got all kinds of links in the description. Plugs, playlists, podcasts. You choose your own poison. We've also got my social medias, Twitter, Discord, Facebook, oh, and Patreon with my gorgeous, wonderful, beautiful, generous patrons. I'd like to thank them Jerry much, so thank you.
Darth Commodus the Degenerate, Robert Waits, Camille Sarah, Jarhead Jerry, Oorah, welcome back, friend. Logan Wolf, Conrad Ingy, Mawire Jerry, All I Want for Christmas is Do. It's horrible. Captain Clown Jerry, Hong Kong, Aaron Jerry, Twisted Child, Sarah Wanawash, Cinnamon Susie, For Auld Lang Syne, Ayurari isn't happy, she is unemployed. Oh crap. Good luck getting re-employed, my friend. Silent Revolver, the original Jerry, Jerry, son of Jersey's Jerryville Gym Junkies, Jersey's Jerryville Gym Junkies. I got it next time. Jerish Kitsune, Satori to 11 Jerry, a Jerry of jubilantly juggling Jerrys, a Justy Jargonian Jerry, a Lunia Demonista Anunnaki, Assassin Pug Jerry, Bang Bang, Aurora Wildheart, Baby Jerry, Bailey Joy, Bearded Jerry, watch out for that guy, Beards, the John Stephen Beard noises. Bitch Gremlin, Blade the Hero, Blip Bloop Jerry, Catholic Jerry, Commander J Tank, Confederate Jew going to the Ukraine. Good luck. Dennis Dayton, Dinosaur Nightlight, Disposable Waifu, Dr. Larks, Emergent Jewel, Frozen Over Studios, Fire Drake, Gypsy, Hey Dream BR. I can't help falling in love with Jerry. I'm Slim Jerry, yes, I'm the real Jerry. All you other Slim Jerrys are just imitating. Irish Pirate, they're top of the morning to ya. Irradiated Jam, Itchy Nuts, just scratching, bro. A pimp named J Crisp, JM Coon, Jerry Blacktail, Jerry Nice, Jerry Evil, Jerry the Outlaw Mother Trucker. Jerry was a race car driver, and I'm at the light with him for round 3 because I live my life a quarter mile at a time. I want to go fast. Jerry's Buick Riviera. John Hero, John Jerry, Jingleheimer Schmidt, KJW, Kachow, Crew He, Miss Monday, Lord Jerry, like and subscribe. My lady Dicks. Marble Jerry is tired. Melgar the Destroyer. Metal Vector, neither a Jerry or a Tom, but willing to convert for marbles. Priorities. Needless King 89, Nightmare Jerry. Oh no! Gamey Steve hit Jerry with a bag of marbles after catching him cheating with Tom. Paragon Soul, welcome to the fold, my friend. Phantom and Pines, Jerrykins and Jerry Beth, Ramtide Lacromates, Rose Jerry Miller, TSM Kirby, Sarita the Lolita, Saucy Octopus, Silo Wimp, Staples, aka Jerry Yeet, Stephanie Goodner, Synaptic Boomstick, Brilliant Tamago, Tapioca Boogaloo, Tato Fair, Teddy the Police, 10-Ton Monster, the Italian Greyhound Dino, whatever, the Littlest Who, that's Mary Lou, or Cindy Lou, whatever. Again, the Token Trans Queen Jerry, these Jerry berries taste like Jerry berries. Yeah, they do. Oh, the one true Fusky. Tom, but it's the Jerry on the inside that counts. Trying to find another wobble to get back to the real world. Basically, V3 Prime, Viking Jerry, Wiki Tack, Will Mags, Comrade Mooney, Kira, Redwind, Nog Viper, Side Jerry the Cyborg, Saint's Blessing, One Leg Jerry, buys pizza for the Jerry Army. I don't know why I said it like that. A normal Jerry. Every Jerry, the first batch of Jerry berries disappeared. Don't eat it. We put in icky stuff like Goji and Dorian. Hunter of Jerry is the power of all things tasty. And it's Tom, Admiral T-Tank, Emmer Alder, another stupid hipster, Atomic Jerryzilla, Babsy Coon, Bartender Kirlia, Blue Dubs, Broken Spine Horseradish. But look, I made you some content. Dayton made your favorite. Open wide. The original different Jerry. That's Cake Jerry. Yeah, boy. California Jerry Girls, Chevron 7 locked, Corporal Admiral Lieutenant, Princess General, Furry Tigerian, Princess Jerry, something like that. Cryptides, Dayton does, but he needs our help. Come on, Jerry, buddy. Clap your hands if you believe. I believe Devon Jerry, creator of Colorful Quick Clacks. Yes, we're going to see some of his work on the channel pretty soon. DM Beard, Roll for Seduction, Dopamine Dangerous, Electrical Fennec, Ghost of Alpha, Hair Devil Terry. Sorry, I'm such a piece of shit. Heeknot, Holy Mary Jerry, Hydra Jerry Solomon, Janitor Jerry, Jeffrey, Gerald of Rivia, Jerry and Tom versus Happy New Year's Webby Apocalypse, Jerry the Sussy Baka, Jerry's mom has got it going on, Jerry Oldo Rivera, Jerry Bean, Yum, Jerry Roxas, yay, Jerry SDI got T-Bone by a 1970 Charger driven by Jerry Toretto. How did this happen? Jerry role-playing game, Judge Jerry and Executioner, Kid Marvelous, King Tom, Kidsikin, Life of a Guardian, Little Ann Woods, Lucia Lovecraft, Machia, CD, maybe next time, Milkfed Gimp, Miss Duchess, Not Invisible Angel, Raptor out, she's my Jerry Pie, go drink a Mountain Dew, what a big surprise, Snom Jerry, aka Snary, Spoonie the Rogue, Spoopy Scary, Jerry Ton, Techno Dubs, the one Jerry who survived Unfortunate. You remember? I remember. The original Jerry, the X card, but seriously, what is that? To Infinite Jerry and beyond! Tuna Fish Jerry, Tom Promise J Swiss, oh no bad J, Tom Be Good Boy, no Swiss, just facts, size, go ahead, look it up. Also, thank you to my $1 patrons, beautiful people that they are.
Every dollar of Patreon money gets reinvested into this channel, if you didn't know, whether that be through the podcast services or my editor or the thumbnails. And because we have so many patrons, I'm able to do some really cool stuff with that money. So thank you guys so much for supporting the channel and helping us to expand. I do hope that some other people will consider signing up on the Patreon, but hey, if you can't do it right now, don't sweat it too hard, friends. I just appreciate you coming on through, hanging out with me, and I hope that you'll come on back and hang out with me again tomorrow. In order to do so, you need to keep yourself safe out there, wash your hands, but also take some time out and do something that you personally enjoy today. Maybe like watching some more ReddX videos. That's cool. Always remember, friends, that you are loved, you are worthy, and you definitely deserve it. I shall see you in the next one. And until then, bye-bye.